Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new video and another episode of my MotoGP 19 career mode here today for episode number 11 for rounds 5 and 6 of the Moto 2 season at Mugello and Le Mans. Now if you guys missed the last episode, which was at Jerez and USA at COTA, then do watch the episode guys by clicking on the card in the top right hand corner of your screen, where there will also be a full link to the previous episode along with the playlist as a whole if you guys have missed any previous episodes. Now I've given you a fair spoiler warning as we now jump into career mode. Now, when the last episode, guys, I want to get a little bit of a disclaimer out of the way. I did promise to do a poll for helmet selection in that video, and I forgot to do a poll in the top right corner of the screen in the card annotation above. So I'll make sure I do it for this episode so everyone gets a fair chance to vote, because I realised too late and already the video's been viewed over 1,000 times, so there's no point, because it's not fair on those 1,000 viewers that already watched and didn't get a chance to vote. So we're going to do it again here today, and you guys can vote for my helmet. Therefore, if we jump into our rider customization here, we have 3 options for the helmet going forward, and I want you guys to vote. So let's have a look. If we jump into the helmets, we've got this one here, which is the helmet from last season, the blue option. If you guys want to see that, that will be option A in the poll. So remember, this is option A in the poll. Then we have option B, which is the red version. As you can see here, this one I haven't actually used yet. It's unused. I made it, but I never used it. You can see here, nice bit of detailing as well. The 97 on the top, that's also on the blue helmet as well. And this will be option B in the poll. And then we have my current helmet, option C, as you can see here, very kind of aggressive design, using the little devil face as well, as you can see that I made custom, along with some really nice stripes and some very aggressive arches there with some aggressive eyes on the side. So this will be option C. So yeah guys, we've got option C, option B and option A. So you guys can go vote in the poll in the top right hand corner of the screen and let me know which helmet you'd like me to run in the future. But I might also do a blue version of this one maybe, potentially, but that'll be made for next season or something. Either way, those are the 3 helmets guys, so go vote. And just to recap, option A, B and C as we get through the helmets too quickly there. But those are the 3 options. We're now going to move into today's episode and get to work. Now you guys know from the previous episode that things are looking okay so far. We've had 2 bad races and 2 good ones. The bad ones came in Qatar and USA at the Circuit of the Americas. The good ones came in Argentina and Jerez. We've currently got 2 wins this season, and we are second in the standings behind Jorge Navarro. So it's not looking too bad. We're a point ahead of Marcel Schrotter and a few more points, about 9 points clear, 10 points clear of Thomas Luthi there. So it's not looking too bad as we move into the next race at the French Grand Prix at Le Mans, one of the best circuits on the calendar. And as usual here, we're going to jump into practice, make sure we hit our practice programs, and then we're going to also move on to qualifying and see if we can try and get to Q2. And so far I've actually been enjoying the AI lately. They've been a lot tougher to beat, but still they're quite easy in qualifying, but in the race they're a big challenge. But nonetheless, let's jump into France, round number 5, and let's get to work and see if we can try and secure another 25 points this weekend. Okay, currently at the end of the first practice program for the distance analysis, and it's going pretty well. We are a little bit off the pace, as we have a pretty poor end to the lap there, all over the place, right at the end there, getting all those curbs. But we are still going to set a couple laps good enough to get maximum score in the track affinity, so that's good news. So straight away getting the R&D points on the board. We're now going to have a look at the lap times. I got a feeling we're going to struggle for pace around here. I don't know why. It could be early days. Again, I always seem to jump the gun a bit early when it comes to predicting my pace. But we are currently P15. Let's see how far off we are. Let's scroll down a bit. Okay, we're currently P16, pretty much 1.6 off the pace. So we're a little bit off. Looking at tyre compounds, actually the AR are actually running softs to be fair, so that's good to see. Now in terms of our overall pace, I do feel quite, not the limit, but I feel like I've done quite a good couple of laps to be honest. My pace was quite good, so let's see what happens. I'm going to strap on the softs and try and go for the quick lap simulation. Hopefully that will give us a better reading of where our pace truly is, and hopefully it's not panic stations just yet. 4/10 up through sector 3. Soft tyres make a huge difference. There's so much more grip on these than the mediums, so that's a bad sign for the hards in the race if we have to run those. I might try and avoid the hards. We'll see how you go, but the softer tyres are definitely way quicker here. You can really notice the difference. So much more grip and confidence through the final few corners. Let's see if we go fastest. That was a good lap. And up to the line, and there we go, 38. I think at 0.6, I'm not sure, but strong lap there. And we smashed the quick lap simulation program, so good pace, and the soft tyres 2 seconds faster pretty much than the mediums, which is quite surprising. So yeah, we'll have to try and work on our harder tyre pace, but let's look at the lap time. There we go, 38.6 confirmed, so We've done our R&D programs, so we're now going to have a look at the lap times here. You can see Bastianini's gone with a 39.3, so if he's P2, then others can improve for sure. So I think we should be good enough for Q2, though, that's for certain. So we're going to jump into qualifying, and we're going to see how we get on. Okay, into Q2 as the top seed, and you can see others did improve. Baldassari P2, Marquez P3, so others did go faster in literally later practice sessions. So the AI can improve their pace, which is kind of what I expected. So let's see, I think it could be a pretty tasty qualifying, to be honest, and we're going to see how we get on. Right then, here we go, qualifying time. Let's try and set the benchmark. Brand new soft tyres, front and rear. Let's get this lap time on the board and try and see if others can beat it. A little bit hot there to use the rear brake. We are going to get a good exit though, which is good. Better exit than I have had in practice. It's been a good lap so far. Let's try and bring it home. A little bit wide there again. Not the ideal line, but I think it still should be a good lap. Maybe not my best one, but still good. Oh no, damn it. That curb is so dangerous. Literally, one lap it does something, the other lap it does nothing. So that's very, very tricky. But we'll go again. I'm just going to let this bike pass, and we'll try and go again. Dear God, the rear tyre is having a bit of a dance competition, I think. It is still pretty cooked from spinning up the rears from the previous hot lap. Red tyre's absolutely fried, but it's been a better lap. Let's be careful now through here. Let's take it a little bit easier. Let's not get on that outside curve if we can avoid it. On the power then, up to the line, we should go P1. And there we go, 38.6. We match our practice lap. There we go. That's pretty good. I think there's more time to come off that though, because we had a few moments, as you saw, into the first couple of corners. So yeah, let's go back into the pit lane and strap on a fresh set and try go one more time. Damn it, that's going to ruin my lap. I thought I had him there on the straight, but you can see our lack of straight line speed started to play into effect, and we lost ground. Let's try and keep it tidy for the end of the lap. If not, we'll have to go for one more lap. Oh no, damn. Yeah, that bike, that's the worst crash than before. You know what, we'll call it there. I think we're good enough anyway. We're about a second, 1.1 up, so we should be okay. And it should be pole position nonetheless. Okay then, there we go. Pole position confirmed for the French Grand Prix here today at Le Mans. And 1.1 seconds the gap to Fabio Di Gianantonio. And Marcel Schrotter P3 there, 1.2 behind us. So all in all, pretty comfortable. But again, the same sort of gap we had in the last couple of races, where those races, especially where we struggle, that's the kind of gap in qualifying, because in the race that tends to get really close. So I think it could be a very tasty race, to be honest, and we could be in for a big fight. Let's find out. It's time for the French Grand Prix. Here we are then on the grid for the French GP at the legendary Le Mans circuit. There is Fabio Di Gianantonio in P2. Marcel Schrotter, my main championship rival, I'd say, in P3 on the Dynavolt Intact GP bike. Now we are going to change the tyres on our one, and I'm feeling a soft medium for this race. I think we can get away with a soft medium. I really do. Moto seems pretty okay around here, so we'll go for a soft medium, and we should be okay. There's Alex Marquez in P6. We start though from pole position. The question is, can we convert the pole into another race win and really close that gap to Navarro in the championship? I guess we'll find out. It's time for round number 5 for the French GP. Here we go then. Let's try and get a good start. The 5 lights are on and they are off, and away we go. Not too bad of a start, to be fair. We got away okay, not much of a wheelie there. That was a good start relative to what we've had so far this season. Down the inside of Navarro there. Outside for the chicane. Navarro trying to go back down the inside, but no way through there. And we're going to hold on to P3, so a very good start from us. No complaints there. Best start of the season by far. The recent anti-wheelie upgrade also really helping us out there. You can really notice the difference. As Alex Marquez is now up to P3, taking a very poor line there, very wide. As Di Gianantonio leads the way. Marcel Schrotter, P2, one of my championship rivals, of course. As we go into Musée for the first time. Looking okay so far. Let's see what kind of pace we have. Traditionally in Moto 2, the races they come to us later on in the race, towards the end. We've got a 6-lap race, so maybe in the last 2 laps or so, once the tyre wear starts to kick in. So we'll see how it pans out, but so far I feel good. I feel confident, and we've already got a bit of a gap behind. You can see there, it's just a 3-bike breakaway at the front. So this could be a good race for us, as I'm a little bit hot on the brakes here. But we are going to get it slowed down quite nicely, to be fair. That could be a very good overtaking opportunity for us. Also, you can see on that back straight how much we lose in terms of engine power and straight line speed. We need to upgrade the engine as soon as possible, to be honest. It really needs a bit of a helping hand at the minute, because we are so down on straight line speed power, as you saw in qualifying as well, when we tried to overtake Fernandez on the back straight on that qualifying lap. Meanwhile though, I'm really putting the pressure on Marcel Schrotter here. We need to try and stay off those outside curbs as much as I can this race. Good exit there, nice bit of acceleration, but then we're going to lose out here on the straight, I think. We have got a good toe, so we're not going to lose too much. We're close enough to get a strong toe from Schrotter. And he's actually looking to pull away there. Really gain on Di Gianantonio. In towards turn 2. Easy on the brakes here. I could go for a move down the inside there, but I'm not going to commit. As Lequana hits the deck and goes down. Let's try and make some moves here. I feel confident. I think we've got a good pace. That's the difference around here, I've realised as well. Unlike other races, the AI qualify mediums and hards, so you know that their pace is going to get better in the race, but because they qualify on the soft mediums, that's the best they've got. And if I'm faster than them then I know that I've got the pace over them. So they are better in race trim, but I think I've still got the edge, which is good. Good exit there. Again, we're going to get the run on Schrotter, but then he's going to start to pull away. We're going to try and have a look down the inside here, Garage Ver, but that's probably one of our weakest brake zones in the entire circuit. I'm going to try and set up the exit if I can here. Can we get a toe off Marcel Schrotter here? We have got a little bit of a slipstream. We're close enough within range, but we're going to lose out right towards the end. I'm going to have a look down the inside there, but oh, that's risky. I'm very good on the brakes, but I can't get enough of a run on the straight. I need to be literally right on their rear tyre to get the run and go for a lunge down the inside there, because that's my strongest brake zone over the entire lap. Just lost a bit of ground on that last lap. Towards the end of the lap, I need to catch back up. It seems like they're picking up the pace a bit, so we need to respond accordingly and try and stay with them. Trying to risk second gear through there. You can see the soft medium holding up okay. First time all season. I didn't think we'd run a soft medium the entire season, but tyre seems to be okay around here. Good exit out of Musée there. We're going to get a nice run on Marcel Schrotter here. Going down towards Garage Vert. We're going to go for it on the brakes. I'm going to release the brake a bit. A little bit deep on the brakes there. But we are going to get a good exit. We're on the wrong side of Marcel Schrotter here though, which is not good. We're going to have to go very deep on the brakes. Schrotter powers ahead. We're going to try and go around the outside. Oh yes, go on, hold that. No, not quite. Schrotter holds on. We're still going to be relatively side by side here. Down the inside again on the German, but he cuts right back underneath. Makes the move. Fair play. What a good little scrap this is, I tell you. AI are so much better in this game in terms of battling. They're so much more knowledgeable. The neural AI really making a big difference. You can really see the difference in the way they race. There we go. Good exit again there onto the pit straight. We're really well placed here for our beautiful toe on Marcel Schrotter here. We're really like, this is the best toe you're going to get. Up towards turn 1. Gonna get on the brake a bit. Down the inside at T2. There we go. This time we get the job done. Fantastic move by Schrotter back underneath me again here. He's going to be on the inside line for the next corner, but I'm going to get later on the brakes. Into La Chapelle. Can we get it down? Can we get it down? Schrotter's not giving it up. And oh my god, we almost go down there. Too much gas. We're going to have the inside again though for Muse. Schrotter trying to go for the move, but no way through. Inside covered off, and finally I think we've got it done. I think the job's done. What an incredible scrap. That is probably the best battle I think I've ever had on this game with an AI rider. That is fantastic. Through Garage Vert. Let's not let Schrotter underneath me. Alright, Di Gianantonio is not as fast as Schrotter on the straight, so we might have a chance here. We're a little bit far back though. Can we have a look on the brakes? Yes we do, but we're very hot. We've got to slow down to make sure we don't pick up a penalty. We rejoin there right in front of Schrotter. I do apologise, but I had to slow down. Got that one all wrong on the brakes. What a great race this is. I'm loving this one. This is by far the best race I've had in this entire career mode so far. Just a flat out scrap for first place. Easy through there. I had to hold my breath there. I thought I was running deep onto those curbs again. Right then, 2 laps to go. Rear tyre is just starting to really go away now, so we've got to be careful with that. I wonder if we can pass Di Gianantonio. Will the AR's tyres start to fade and will their pace start to drop as it traditionally does in the last couple of laps? Guess we will find out very shortly, but very tidy through 1, 2 and 3 from us there. A little bit too much gas there again. Got to be careful with that now. The rear tyre's not in pristine condition anymore. Taking lots of different lines to the AI. I'm much more wild and aggressive. Good thing is we've got a nice gap out to Marcel Schrotter now. He's dropped back a little bit. My tyre's really starting to fade though. I'm starting to lose grip. I can't get the bike slowed down as much as I'd like. So this might be our last chance to get past Di Gianantonio unless his tyres start to fade. You can look at my rear. It's very hot. Got to try and get nice and close through Garage Vert if I can. On the power. Good exit. About the same distance as last time. We're getting a little bit more of a toe. I'm not going to commit to a dive though. I'm going to just sit behind and take it easy for now. Oh, rear tyre's really not having it now. It's really struggling. The medium is crying for help. Let's try and stick with Di Gianantonio though. It seems like he hasn't got much more pace than I have. Come on, let's try and get it sorted out. Wobbling all over the place here. That'll do. Relatively tidy end to the lap as we go on to the last lap of the French Grand Prix here. Can we get past Fabio Di Gianantonio here to make it 3 wins this season out of 5? Oh, the rear is going. The rear is really going here. I'm struggling so much now with the rear tyre. Di Gianantonio pulls out a bit more of a gap. That might be a big mistake. No grip at all. Really struggling now. Rear tyres absolutely had it. Look at the temperature. It's red, 150 Celsius. I've got no rear tyre at all at the minute. I think we're going to set off a P2. I'm going to struggle to make it to the end, to be honest. Yeah, there we go then. Through the final few corners. Let's just bring it home for the championship. This is good points for us, so I'll take P2, no complaints. Di Gianantonio picks up his first win of the season. We come home P2, and there we go. Another race where, you know, it's a good race for us and then a bad race in that regard. You know, we win one, we don't win one, we win one, we don't win one. But Fabio Di Gianantonio picks up the win. We bring home the fastest lap with a 39.3. But yeah, the harder rear tyre, the medium there, obviously a little bit less pace than in qualifying. And overall, a very exciting race, very close race. Navarro gets P5, my championship rival, so this could be interesting for the championship. Let's have a look, and there we go. We are 4 points behind Jorge Navarro, and Marcel Schrotter P3. He's only 5 points behind me. So at the minute, there's a bit of a 3-bike breakaway there as Luti Marquez start to just trail off a little bit in the championship. In terms of the constructors, though, you can see that we are currently P3. We gain another position there on Flexbox HP40, and the battle for the lead between Speed Up, Ego plus Speed Up, and Dunavolt is very, very close. There, we are 50 points behind. We're quite a way away, and I need my teammates a little bit better. But there we go. That is Le Mans done and dusted. We now move into the next race, and hopefully Mugello is a bit better for us, and we can try and pick up the W. Currently doing the track affinity program, and struggling at the minute. My first lap wasn't great. We are down. We did a perfect line, but we didn't hit the time threshold. So I'm hoping to improve. I'm currently on a better lap here, second time round. Will it be enough though? That's the question. 55.9. It's going to be very close. Come on, come on. No, we don't do it. Wow. So I have to try again. I can't seem to hit that lap time though. My tyres are going off though as well. Okay, this has been a little bit better lap, I think. I think we should be okay here. Just get the final corner sorted out. There we go. On the power. This should be enough. This time, surely. Come on. It's going to be close, but it should be enough. There we go. 55.6. This time we do manage to pull it off. Oh. Whoa. Big moment. Right, you know what we're going to call it there. My rear tyre is fried, and I've got no tyre grip left. So that practice program is going to go down as a semi-success. We do hit the time threshold and the line for at least one of the laps. Currently 1.1 off, and the AI are doing medium hard tyre, and it's looking pretty interesting to be honest. I'm going to run a soft, but I've got the feeling in qualifying we might run a soft medium. To be honest, the rear tyre gets pretty knackered around here, so let's do the quick lap simulation though, and let's get it done and dusted. So let's jump into it and let's see how we get on. What a toe. What an absolute perfect toe from Locatelli there. And towards T1, nice and late on the brakes. San Donato, nice and tight on the apex as well. This lap needs to be good enough for Q2, so let's take it very seriously. Okay, so we smashed the quick lap simulation. We've done a 53.8, so we did only by 0.2 on our time threshold, so very close, but we did do it. Turns out the distance analysis, all those laps we've done didn't count for anything because we've got no points at all. But we can't go back because we don't really have that many tyres in terms of mediums. Now, in terms of the session itself, we're only 6/10 clear of Marquez, and we are on soft, so I've got a feeling we're going to struggle here big time. We should be good enough for Q2, but I think we're going to be in big trouble in the race. I really do. And I think the straight line speed problem we have is going to become a real big problem in this race. So, yeah, we'll see how we get on. You know, bear in mind that lap we done before, that was with Locatelli's beautiful toe all the way down the straight. So, yeah, this is going to be a tricky one for us. I think we could be in trouble this weekend. And we'll see how we get on. First of all, though, let's move into qualifying. Okay, then. So, we're into Q2. Big surprise, to be honest. We are down in P9 or P10. The lapping in practice, you know, even though it was quick at the time, the AI found a lot more pace. I think we're going to be in for a tough weekend. This is going to be tricky. I think it's going to be hard to get pole, let alone win the race. And we know how the AI are quicker in race trim, so let's get into it. But we're going to have to pray for a miracle. I really think it's going to be a tricky one, this one. I am hearing qualifying, and I'm kind of debating. I saw a comment about gear ratios, and it could help. Now, this was for improving my starts, and I said to shorten the second and third gear ratio, which I will do. I'll shorten a little bit. But I'm going to try and work on my straight line speed. Now, it does say reducing the final ratio leads to greater speed, and that's what we want. I think acceleration we're okay. We've seen in past races, the acceleration's been good. It's the top-end speed. So what we're going to do is I'm going to reduce the final ratio by 1, and the sixth gear I'm actually going to lengthen that a little bit. So we should, in theory, pull in a little bit more higher speed and have a little bit more range on the sixth gear. So hopefully that will work out and give us a little bit more juice on the straights, and fingers crossed it will do the job. So let's see how we get on then. Let's jump into the qualifying and let's see if that makes any difference to the way the bike handles, and hopefully a couple more kph in a straight line. Whoa. Way too hot. Push the limits way too much there. We'll keep on going. And I finish this lap to get a reference lap time. The bike definitely does handle differently, the way the gear ratios work, and it does sound different. It does feel different on the straights and the way I use my gears for the corners. I kind of like it though. It does feel like we have more straight line speed. Whether that translates to actual lap time, we'll find out shortly, but the bike does feel like it's doing a bit better on the straight. Rear tyres absolutely fried here as we go into the final corner to end that first lap. Let's see how we get on here. I might go for just one time lap on each set, and I might use all my softs up, to be honest, in this session, because we're not going to use the softs in the race. Here we go then. Let's look at the straight line speed then. Up to the line, and it's going to be a 54.3, so it's not good. We did a 53.8 in practice. You can see I'm not actually on the limiter here, so I think we can reduce that 6th gear a bit, chop it down a bit. Okay, what we'll do is we'll decrease the final ratio even more for higher top speed, and we'll bring down 6th gear a bit. So we'll bring it back to where it was, and we'll see if that makes a difference. And I'm tempted to bring in 2nd gear a bit. I'm going to bring it in a bit more as well. This is for race purposes for the start, so let's see how we go with that. Hopefully we make a difference. Also, I'm going to change the tyres, so we'll strap on a fresh set of softs on the front, and the rear especially needs a fresh set. To be honest, a medium rear could be the way to go in qualifying for the second half of the lap. Maybe I'll see. I'll try another soft, and then I might try a medium on the final run. Right, so let's have a look, see how things are looking. So we're currently P1, 54.3, but I'm expecting the AI to go faster. I mean, they are medium hard, so we shall see. But the practice pace they did was much quicker than that, and I did a 53.8, so I'm expecting them to go faster. I'll be shocked if we get pole with that lap. Right then, let's see what the top speed's like here this time. 6th gear back to normal. 5th gear is not even maxing out. We're really short on gear. Hot again to turn 1 there. Got so much more straight line speed. I could definitely shorten 5th and 6th. But we're putting way more straight line speed now. Oh man. Whoa, big crash. Damn it, I was 7/10 up. That was a really good lap as well. Well, looks like that's it for that one. So we'll come back into the pit lane and get a fresh set on. Even though I don't think the bike has damage in Moto 2, it's not realistic. So we'll call it quits on that run and go back to the pit lane. Okay, so big changes to the gear ratios here. As you can see, we've shortened 2nd quite a lot, 3rd as well, and we've also brought down 4th, 5th, and 6th. So I think with that balance, it should do the job and really give us a good top-end speed. So all we've got to do now is strap on another set of tyres. I'm going to go for the softs again because they just feel okay, and I was okay on that lap, and they were feeling okay. So we're going to use our last set of softs. 7 minutes to go. Let's have a look at the lap times here. So currently we're still P1 by 9/10. Schrott's now P2, but AI they're going for hard, some of them. So very hard tyres there. We're gonna, actually I'm gonna go for a soft medium. Screw it, I'm gonna give it a go. Soft medium, and hopefully we have good tyres for the end of the lap. Right, let's jump into it and let's try and improve on that lap. Right, this will be our last lap. Time to give it all or nothing. Gear ratio is a lot better this time. To be fair, I'm not even hitting 6th. I'm barely hitting 6th gear. Remy Gardner there coming onto the racing line. That's not ideal for me, but this time we do get San Donato sorted out quite nicely there. Very nice move there. Oh no. Wide. Let's keep it together, come on. While again there, but we're still 3/10 up. Now we should see the dividends of the medium tyre giving me the traction out of here and also the straight line speed improvement. I can definitely shorten the gear though, even more. Here we go then, onto the pit straight. We should improve. Can we get into the 53s? Up to the line. There we go, 53.9. And that straight line speed improvement really paying off there. We can definitely shorten 5th and 6th without a doubt. Very long gears. But that should be good enough for pole position there. There we have it then, pole position secured here today at the Italian Grand Prix by 1.2 seconds over Alex Marquez there. Pretty good in the end. Now the question is, can we have the pace on medium hards? That's going to be a real big test in the race, and I think that's when the gap's going to get substantially closer in the race. But it's going to be a big challenge. If we win this race, I'll be very impressed. I think we've got the gear ratios now down. There's some more tweaking after practice, and after qualifying, sorry, and I feel happy with it. So let's jump into the race and let's see how we get on. Here we are then on the grid for the Italian Grand Prix here at Mugello. There is Alex Marquez on second place, front row with me. And there is Jorge Navarro, my championship rival, the man that leads the championship at the moment by 4 points. And he's on the front row with us in P3. Now, in terms of adjustments for this one, first of all, the tyres, of course, we're going to run a medium hard without a doubt. So let's get those on. And let's see if we can try and have a good start. Like I said, I did tweak the gears. I went quite aggressive in the end, as you'll see here. We re-increased the final ratio from 3 back to 4. We've maxed out the 6th gear now. Hopefully, it will give us enough to the point where we're kind of on the limiter, but if we get a nice toe, it will really give us an incredible straight line speed. So let's see how it goes. I'm hitting around 285 Ks at the end of the straight, which is not too bad. So let's jump into it then, and let's see how we get on. It's time for round 6 for the Italian Grand Prix. Let's jump into the race. Right, here we go then. The 5 lights come on here at Mugello. Lights out and away we go. A little bit of a wheelie there. We had to control it and kill off the wheel spin. A little bit on the limiter there, over revved it a bit. We're going to get swallowed up by the pack there. Wasn't a terrible start, but just lost down a lot of straight line speed power. We managed to find a little gap though in turn 1, and we managed to go through the middle. Let's try and hold it here on the inside line through turn 2. Oh, that's contact behind us. I'm very shallow here into this next right-hander. Luckily, no one hits me. And there we go, Jake Dixon's gone down. But we're currently P4. I'll consider that a good start. To say we're on the harder tyres as well. We've got Bastianini and also Marquez in front there. And I think that's Navarro who's leading at the moment. So we need to try and catch him up. As Pulovic goes down, the German rider. At the minute, they were looking good. It's all about keeping that tyre in. I think the longer the rear stays with us, the more of a chance and the better the chance we'll have this race of making something happen. I need to try and find my pace from qualifying on this harder tyre. I love these 2 corners. Arrabbiata 1 and 2 are fantastic. Such good corners. And then Scarperia is just horrible compared to those two. It's just understeery. It's downhill. The rear is just going to get away from you all the time. Luckily though, we get through unscathed. I need to try and pick up the pace here and catch up to this front 3. Just on a breakaway a bit. There's also no one behind me as well. I'm kind of in the middle of a bit of a gap here on track, but I want to try and stick with the lead pack if I can, kind of like in the last race. Ooh, that's not the line you want through there. Very poor run. We had to run wide there. My line was compromised. Trying to keep it relatively tight here, but I do like to take a wide entry. Right then, first test of the straight line speed improvement. Let's see how we're looking. Just let her rev up to the max. Seems like we're okay. No one's seemingly catching up. I think we're okay here. 280 Ks, 85. That's a success. I'll take that. And I think with a toe we can do better. A little bit hot to San Donato, but that's okay. Just hoping Navarro gets overtaken. And he's currently under pressure from Marquez, who's come alive this weekend. He's at a lot more pace than he has had all season. Alex Marquez, you know, currently he's on a 3-race win streak in real life, so it's important that he shows a bit more form little bit hot there, almost lost the front, but I'm trying to push and catch up to these lot. Much better that time, much tidier through the chicane, so much quicker. Ooh, that's not a good touch of the curve, that you want to try and avoid that curve, that can really hurt you. At the final corner then, I'm a little bit closer, so we'll get a much better indication of what a straight line speed is like here, based off of the name tags. Look at this, we're holding on here, this is good. Dropping back a little bit there, but we don't have the optimum toe, but we are holding on, and there we go, that's pretty good stuff. Well, we've now rejoined this front group, which is good. It seems like the guys behind are trying to join up as well, so it could become a massive train, but I think at the minute there is definitely a 4-bike leading pack here as we've reconnected with these lot. Last lap was good. It was half second up on Navarro, so that's good. Now the question is, can we start to make things happen here? Front tyres starting to cook, which is I've got to be careful with because you can tuck the front so easily with that. I should have, maybe run a hard, to be honest. A rare hard situation, but I've taken the risk with the medium. Hopefully it holds on. Currently my front's more worn out in the front. That's when you know. Sorry, my front's more worn out in the rear. That's when you know the front is really struggling. It's a very front limited circuit. Here we go. Then we are within range. Let's see. We have a nice tidy chicane here again, and try and have a look on the pit straight. There we go, nice and tidy through there. Now let's try and close up the gap if we can into the final corner. On the power nice and early there. Okay, this is going to be a better idea. We're going to get a bit of a toe. Let's try and get behind Bastianini here and try and get a slipstream. Okay, look at that. We're just pretty much holding on here. 54.8 again. Baldassarre the quickest lap. You can see we're not at a deficit no more. The gear ratio changes have made a difference, and at least we're competing on the straights now, which is good. The problem is Navarro is still leading, and I want him to get overtaken. At the minute, it's just Marquez and Bastianini exchanging positions here, trying to set up a switchback of sorts on these guys. That's a nice clean exit there. We are going to get a bit of a run on Alex Marquez. Down the inside. No way through. Marquez covers it. He's going to get a poor exit though. Have another look there, but no way through just yet. Navarro almost gets overtaken there by Bastianini. Come on. 1.5 laps to go. We need to start making moves happen here. It's been a good race so far, very tense. We've had better pace than I anticipated. Just say we're running the harder tyres. They're working better than I expected, to be honest. The hard tyres actually have pretty good pace around here. Probably because they get such a beating around here, such a good workout. But let's see if we can try and make something happen. My rear and my front are holding on. My front is starting to let go a little bit more though. I felt it just tuck in a little bit there into Scarperia. And as a consequence, we've lost a lot of ground to the front three. Let's try and reconnect if we can. That was fantastic. That's exactly the line you want through there. But we are a little bit too far back, I think, to have a look on the pit straight at the front three. Going to keep a nice tight line, although to be fair, that was a pretty strong exit. Marquez does have a toe though from in front, so we can't do much. You can see we are just losing a little bit there on that lap. As we go to the last lap of the Grand Prix now, so last chance saloon. Do or die. And I'm hot into San Donato. They're very hot. Pull her up, there we go. Let's see what we can do on this last lap. Can we find anything? Can we get onto the podium at least? That'd be great. If I get a podium, I'd be very happy with that. Marquez is slow out of there, so he's going to be on the back foot. Let's try and put the pressure on a bit. Ooh, that's wild through there. Bike is really struggling to hold on now. Tyres are pretty much having enough at this point. Such a tyre killer, this circuit. You know what it is when you're on the hards and it's having enough. Oh, it's really struggling to hold on. The front is just not cooperating anymore. I don't think I'm getting on the podium today. Tyres have just let go at the crucial moment, just like in the last race at Le Mans. We just can't hold on. Marquez has just peeled off a bit from the ones in front, so if we can get close enough, maybe he won't get much of a toe on the pit straight, and I can capitalise. Okay, well, we're closer than we ever have been as we go into the chicane. I had to get on the brake there, that's not ideal. Alright, we're going to really just throw it into this final corner and hope for the best. Keep a nice tight line if we can. Keep it nice and shallow. Here we go, we're going to get a run here. Drag race. Come on, come on. Ah, we're not going to get it, come on. Oh, man. Whew. The photo finish, couldn't quite get it though. Unfortunately for us, we tried our best. And we almost got the run, we just didn't get it right. We didn't regain too much at the start of the straight, and we got too close, so I had to pull out the slipstream too early. I needed to be a little bit further, just a fraction further back, so I could really build up that momentum. But either way, Jorge Navarro wins here at Mugello. Bastianini tried, but he failed in trying to overtake him, and Marquez brings home the final podium spot. We come home P4. Not too disappointed with that, considering our 3 would be a lot worse off with pace and the harder tyres. Luca Marini P5, Baldassari P6 for the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, and Schrotter only P7 then. Di Gianantonio, the race winner last time, only 8th. So let's look at the Riders' Championship, and we are currently P2, 16 points behind Jorge Navarro, and 9 points clear of Marcel Schrotter. So it's not too bad there, and there's a bit of a gap to Marquez and Luti. So all in all, a successful episode. We hold on to our second place in the championship, and now we're going to move into the constructors, and you can see that we're currently P3 and 4 points clear of Flexbox HB40. But now we're going to move into the main menu, into a transfer window. Okay, so here we are in the contract window, and we have all Moto2 offers, and to be fair, there's a couple of decent offers on the table here. You know, we've got the Red Bull Tech 3 KTM team, which is a very strong team, especially looking at MotoGP, potentially going to the factory team. Dynavolt intact, the best team on the grid, offering me a contract there. We've also got Idemitsu Honda Team Asia, and of course Kiefer Racing. Idemitsu would be a good way to get into the Honda side of things, you know, when you go into HRC, into MotoGP, but you know what, I've kind of grown a bit of a soft spot for our team, you know, our Italian team, Haska Racing Scuderia, and I think I'm going to stick with them, to be honest. I think it makes sense, and I'm a fan of loyalty, and I think also the fact that we're a bit slower in terms of Dynavolt, I think it's given us good dynamic this season, and it's given us reasons to improve the bike, so we're going to stick with them and re-sign with Tasca Racing. Now, in terms of upgrades, I wonder if we can do any this race, and we have 75 points, so we could definitely do some. So engine upgrades going to go on straight away. That's not even thinking twice about that. And then I'm going to stick on another anti-wheelie, because that would really help us out. So hopefully a bit more engine power and max out anti-wheel. We should have some better starts, a bit more power, and really have that pace. So yeah, guys, that is going to be it for this episode of the MotoGP 19 career mode here today. Next time we'll be at Catalunya, and then we will go to Assen. So do tune in for the next episode, guys. But if you did enjoy this one, drop a like on the video and get subscribed for daily Formula 1 and MotoGP content, and turn on notifications to not miss a video from me. Finally, check out these 2 videos on your screen if you have missed them. But other than that, guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you on my next episode very soon. But until then, it's goodbye from me.